Hey friends, it is Christmas Eve and I am cooking up a soup that I've never done before. It is the vegan lasagna soup from 6 Hungry Feets, and this is my adaptation of it. Adaptation. Thank you. Thank you. My son speaks better than I do.
I can't wait for Christmas.
He can't wait for Christmas. So right now I'm just sauteing up 1 yellow onion. I had a really big, like crazy big carrot. So I did 1 carrot diced and 1 celery stalk and 4 cloves of garlic. So we are just cooking that up. Hello, hello. So we're back and we have sauteed. Hold on, I'm just making sure I'm okay. We've sauteed the onion and the celery and the carrots and the garlic, and they're all nice and soft. So now we are going to put in 1 tablespoon of Italian herbs. You can use fresh herbs or dried herbs. I don't have fresh herbs, so I'm using dried. And yes, I do some spillover, and it's okay for me. It's okay. And then we're just gonna mix that all together like so.
And I'm here.
And my son's in the kitchen. He's helping me out tonight. He is kind of helping me out. Now that we have let that kind of cook for a minute, we're going to add in about a tablespoon of tomato paste. If you guys have never used this tomato paste, I am a huge fan of it. Like, it's so easy to work with. Let me show it to you. It's this one right here. And what's even better about it is it's 0 sodium. So that's beautiful. That is beautiful. We're gonna mix this together. Hi friends, so we're back. I needed some sweet paprika and all I had was smoked paprika, but I had this like bottle of paprika left, so I'm just trying to get whatever left in there I have into, I think I have enough. I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to be enough. So that's done. All right, so mishap with the paprika. We got it all fixed. Now we're going to add a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. I'm assuming that's what it means when they say yeast flakes. So I just added that in there. And we're gonna mix that all together.
Oh, also, if she goes away, you guys might see a gingerbread house. We made one.
We made a gingerbread house. Okay, now, the next thing we're gonna do is, it says to add in your favorite plant-based meat that's minced. I'm gonna use TVP because that's my favorite. So I'm just gonna add that in. And then what I'm gonna, hold on, wait one second. I'm gonna add this in and just stir this in and get this all into the flavors and all the goodness.
I know what I can do.
Hi, we're back. So my son, who is so helpful, he really is so helpful, just realized that it said sweet smoked. So I added in some sweet and now I'm gonna add in some smoked. So that might like make it okay. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that right now. We're just gonna add in some sweet smoked. Okay, there we go. And thank you, Sander. Okay, now we're gonna stir that up. Now, what's the next thing that we're gonna do, Sander? We're after the meat, the plant-free meat, whatever. Okay, so it says it's 1 can of chopped tomatoes. So we're gonna add that in.
And it's canned.
It's canned. We're using the canned chopped tomatoes. So I'm just using diced tomatoes.
And then
I figure it's the same thing as diced.
And then the next one is
Tomato sauce.
tomato pasta.
Which is sauce. It's basically sauce. I don't have some of the stuff that they recommend, so I'm just kind of adapting it to what I have in my cupboard, which is totally fine to do. If you guys ever see any of my recipes and you have stuff that you want to substitute, please feel free to do that. I think it's completely okay to do that. Okay, we're gonna add in the sauce. So we just add in the sauce. And then what's next?
1 teaspoon of maple syrup.
Ooh, I don't think we're gonna do that much maple syrup.
I know.
I think we're gonna do
1.5.
about a 1/2 teaspoon of maple syrup.
Yeah.
This looks so good though.
Let me see. That looks good.
Except you won't eat it, right?
Yeah.
Would you eat it, Xander?
No.
No, you would not eat it. Okay.
And yes,
we're gonna do 1/2
my mom is gonna use these sometime later on.
I am. We're gonna make some mulled wine later on.
Yeah.
because it's not Christmas Eve and Christmas without a little bit of mulled wine.
Yeah.
And it's actually cold enough right now in Hawaii that we can actually enjoy it. Usually it's way too hot in Hawaii to drink mulled wine, but it's been cold on Hawaii standards, so we're actually going to be able to enjoy it.
Pepper.
Now we're gonna add in some pepper. It says salt and pepper. If you are not on a low sodium diet like I am, please feel free to add salt here. I do not add any salt to my cooking, so I'm just adding in some pepper. Okay, now, hi guys. It is now time to add in the broth. How much do we need?
600 milligrams.
Okay, so I have this right here and it only goes up to 500 milligrams. So what do you think we can do to make 600 milligrams?
And put 100 more.
After we do the 500?
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay, let's do that.
Do it.
So there's almost one. Whoopsie. I know, it gets, and then hold on. This may take a hot minute because sometimes these things are on super tight. Oh, got it. Okay, so we're gonna fill this up. Is it there? A little short. Is it there? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do 500 milligrams of broth.
One more.
And then we're gonna do another 100 milligrams, right?
And then,
Grams.
so, and the next
Milliliters.
one,
Sorry, that's milliliters, not milligrams.
so the next one is 200 G pasta lasagna.
Okay, well we're not there yet, so we're going to just let this do its thing. So now that you have the broth in and everything kind of combined, we are gonna let this simmer for about, do you see where it says simmer? How long do we simmer for, Xander? It says mix well and simmer for 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. I'm gonna let it simmer a little bit longer because our family had to run out and get batteries for Christmas. So we're just gonna let this do its thing. I think the longer you let it simmer, the better it is anyway.
For Christmas.
And I also, if you need to add more liquid, you always can. Hey friends, okay, so we are doing the last step. We are adding in 200 grams of pasta. Now it says lasagna noodles. I don't have lasagna noodles, so I'm using these babies. I figured it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm using, and we're just gonna stir that in, and then we're gonna let it cook for about 10 minutes. Hey friends, okay, so I am kind of hectic. It's Christmas Eve. The pasta has boiled, and the last thing that you want to do is, if you have fresh spinach, throw some fresh spinach in if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I only had frozen spinach, so I just threw in about a handful of frozen spinach just to kind of give it some greens. And that is your meal. You are going to want to top it with a cashew cream. Super, super easy to make. It's just boiled cashews or cashews that you set overnight in water, and you blend it in a blender until it's like a cream, and then I added some vegan parm just to give it a little bit of hit. But that's pretty much this dish. Again, the original recipe is from 6 Hungry Feet. You can find them on 6hungryfeet.com. This is my adaptation. I hope if you try it, you like it. Have a great night, y'all.